Yo, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again. And today we're here for Kamen Geats episode 4, and we got some Neon character development. I'm actually glad we actually got that, and maybe actually like her a little bit more as a character. But this is the last round for the whole zombie stuff, and we also found out why her parents are so overprotective of her is because of her. She comes from a rich family, so it's a rich family thing type of thing. So we see that the reason why her mom and her parents, well, her mom is so overprotective of her because when she was a child she was kidnapped, and her parents had to give over 300 million yen to the people who took her. So yeah, that's why she's super overprotective of her daughter, and now she puts tracking devices and stuff like that in her. So we see that Neon is very she's given up on she's given up on life and all this other stuff, basically because she is infected by the whole zombie stuff. So we did see how Quinoa and Ace are trying to rekindle like that whole her wanting to live type thing, and also telling her not to give up and all the other stuff. We did see that Buffa and Donpan did make kind of sort of a deal with each other. We know that Donpan he did have the Magnum item. So in exchange he ends up giving Buffa the Magnum item. So he ends up giving him the Magnum item, and he knows that he's not gonna live, because he's affected. Don Pan is also infected, so he feels like he's not gonna live either. So he's I'll just give it to him. And we see that in exchange, Buffa was the one to kind of set him free or fake tie him up, since that they took Neon and Donpan. They took Neon and Donpan and kind of isolated them from everybody else, since they were zombies. So since they were affected by the old zombies and stuff like that. So we did see that her mom, Neon's mom, slapped the crap out of her. She really did. She ended up slapping the crap out of her and stuff like that. And this is during the little break that they had. This is a long break, in between rounds. This is the last round. This is a long break, so everybody's just kind of out here kind of chilling. We did see that Quinoa the only reason he's doing these little kind of video diary things is he's doing these little video diary things just for, hey, if my sister, he said, hey, if I die, if I lose the game or anything like that, my sister can see it. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool. We also saw during the game, during the actual battle when they're fighting all these zombies, we see that I forgot his name, but the sheep guy. We see that this guy's kind of shady, man. I'm feeling like this dude is gonna be he's gonna be a problem later on. But we see that since he saw Quinoa saving people and things like that, he actually lures a few of the zombie Jamato he lures two Jamato to civilians, and he ends up leads them to it so he can end up saving them and getting some extra points for that, because this is being ran by a point system. So yeah, man, that's the dude's kind of shady, man. We did get an inspirational speech from Ace talking about even though the game is dangerous, the world basically is safe because of that. So as long as we're here, and stuff like that, the world basically is safe, and we also get our own wishes and stuff granted, and in the long run. But Quinoa he's not feeling that. I mean, he's okay with the whole saving people thing, but he doesn't like the rules of how the game works. He doesn't like how the Desire Grand Prix really works as of that. So We did see that also during the little talk we had between Quinoa, Neon, and Ace. He basically said that no matter what happens to you in the game, to a degree, no matter what damage that the Jamato do at the end of the game, it's all gonna get reset anyway. So all we have to do to save Donpan and save Neon, all we have to do is just beat the game before the zombie virus, before the zombie virus basically takes over completely. So that's basically what they try to do. We as to see everybody in the when the game starts, we see everybody all together, with Quinoa and Ace making a very cool CGI kind of dramatic entrance. We see that Quinoa isn't good at shooting. Like he's not. Like we saw him actually shooting some zombies, and he's not actually good at it. I'm hoping that this guy. Because right now Quinoa is my favorite character, so I'm hoping later on down the line that dude actually gets better as becomes like a better fighter overall. We did see that Quinoa does give Neon the ace item. I mean, I'm like, bro, like why you keep giving this to everybody? You gave it to Ace once, and then you gave it to Neon now. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping that he gets to use it eventually, like, because like he keeps getting the item, and it seems like the item is like kind of like peed off at him about it, because we'll get to that. But we see that he ends up giving Neon the ace item, and we see that Buffa is using the Magnum. He's also using the Magnum item, and Ace is like, hey, how did you get that? And he's like, I don't know how I got it. I don't know. It just appeared before me or whatever. So we did see that our sheep guy, Kato, I think it's Kato, I think it's Kato or Koto, but he ends up getting bit by Donpan, because Donpan he's starting to more and more become like a zombie, and we see that he doesn't have like any type of item at all. We see that he just like in his like base kind of black outfit, and we find out that he got the Magnum item from Donpan in exchange for letting him go, because Donpan really wasn't even supposed to be there. He was isolated. He was tied up. So we see that Buffa loosened the ropes so that he wouldn't be able to get out. Technically, he would be able to get out and not end up attacking everybody. But we end up but Donpan did end up biting Koto. He ended up biting the sheep guy. He ended up biting him right in the stomach. And after that, he did lose points for that, because he's still considered a player. He's still technically considered a player, even though he's not fully a zombie yet, and he is infected. He's still considered a actual player. So he ends up losing points. So Donpan, he did a bunch of things to where he was losing points, because he did attack Ace in the last episode, and we did see that Quinoa even lost some points too, because he kind of attacked Buffa earlier in the episode as well. But we see that now that Neon has gotten her little second wind, she ends up coming in and ends up using the ace item and goes ape shit excuse my language, but goes completely whack-a-mole on these freaking zombies, and she's racking up a lot of points. And we see that Ace ends up actually helping her by using his because he's using Buffa's zombie. He ends up using the zombie ability where he makes a bunch of zombie hands. The claws come out of the ground, and they end up keeping them in place. And we see that Neon uses her hammer's ability to destroy a lot of zombies. She ends up destroying a majority of all of them, and that's when we get the little points that we got going on. Now that the game is actually over, the whole zombie virus actually goes away. Everybody kind of feels better, and we see that everybody gets their points, and the last person to come in last place is Donpan. And I was actually happy about this, because I really didn't like this guy. I could not stand this dude. And I don't think he's dead. They just say he basically just got disqualified, because he faded away a different way than Mr. Hitari. I think of Mr. Tari, the old man. I feel like he faded away a different way. So and after he fades away, it goes retired. So before he was out, he was like, yeah, I don't even care. I hope, and I can't wait to see all you guys fail and all this other stuff. And he was talking about like, I can't wait to see all the other failures come up here and join me. It's like, only one of y'all can win, right? Only one of y'all can win. And he was fading away laughing. I'm like, man, get out of here. Oh my God. But the episode, after that, we end up seeing Neon go home. She goes home to her mom, and her mom's like, please, you got to stay here. And, I don't want nothing to happen to you, stuff like that. Like, I'm worried about you. Like, lately you've been going places that I can't track you in, because she put a tracker in her belongings and things like that. And she's also like, it's just name me. So he's like, what do you want? Like, name it. He's like, and she's like, no matter what, she ends up going to slap her again. And then Neon catches it, and she's like, no matter what, I'm going to leave this house. Like, what I want is not here. Like, what I want from you is like not here. So she has a newfound confidence, with newfound confidence, and now she is able to stand up to her parents. But other than that, it's a pretty good episode, man. It gets a B for me. But I'm going to see you guys next time. You guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought of this episode. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and remember, stay kenshined.